After the interview's over, I suggest to folks that when you get home, while it's still fresh in your mind, sit down and write a thank you note to that employer that you just interviewed with. There's a variety of things that a thank you note does for you. One, it puts your name back in front of the employer. Two, it lets them know you are really interested in the position. If there was something that you forgot to mention during the interview, you can sneak it into the thank you note. In addition to the things we discussed, I wanted you to know that I can also, and then put in that information that you may not have mentioned while you were there. In order for it to have its best impact, you want to get that sent within 24 hours. You don't want the employer to have a chance to forget who you were. Mention some things in the thank you note that maybe you talked about in more depth that will help the employer remember who you are.
Today, to be sure that it's in the employer's hands quickly, in fact, I encourage people to email them.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you've established an electronic contact with them, that's an excellent idea. Supervisory positions, you should always send a thank you note. It's expected. But for entry-level, frontline level positions, thank you notes are very rarely sent. Employers estimate maybe 1 out of 10 people send them a thank you note. So if you're applying for an entry-level or frontline level position, if you send that thank you note, there's an excellent chance that very, very few other people, if any, are going to send that thank you note, and that will make an impression on the employer. The format of it should be like a business letter. You want it to be, however, personal in tone, because a thank you note should be a personal thanks. And it should be tied in with the interview in terms of what was discussed and those things that were mentioned during the course of the interview to make sure that those are slipped in. And the thank you note has to be customized. Let's say if you went to one of those panel interviews and there were 4 people there, and you want to get a business card from each of those folks, you want to make sure that each thank you note that you send to them is different. You don't want to have like the same note to each of them, because you know what? They compare them. Especially folks applying for those entry-level and frontline positions, because since an employer doesn't get them, when they see one, it's a big deal. It's like, wow, I got this thank you note from David. Oh, really? I got one too. Oh, let me see what yours says. And if they say exactly the same thing, the impact is gone.
Yes.
Because it's just something that you just copy and send off to everybody.
Really important to be sure that you send that individualized communication to each person.